Hi, it's Terry with Backdoor Quilts, and it's Sunday, and I'm sewing in my jammies. And I don't have it with me right now, but I have nice strong coffee for my sewing day here. I had previously showed you this pattern. It's called Fruity Tooty. This is in an effort to use up my black and white stash, and that's not working because I have more than ever, I think, now without even buying more. But this is what the quilt looks like, all done. And I still have a final pressing to do, but I really like the way it turned out. It's a fun quilt. This is just black and whites I've collected, and this is an ombre that we carry. So I had shown you on July 4th some different projects I was thinking about doing, and instead of doing those, I decided to do a project that I've had, and I actually showed you a while back. But this is the project. It's a star. It's a free pattern on Moda's website. This is what it looks like. Moda Love Charm Quilt. And it was part of their Charm Pack challenge a few years ago. So that's the pattern I'm using. Go to Moda. You can get that free. And I was having some trouble with this black and white quilt with getting the pieces in the right place. In fact, I kept this out here so you could see. This is a block and this is a block, and I got the pieces mixed up and they're together. So there's the seam. I don't care, I'm not going to take it out, but I decided to do better on this quilt. So every pair that I put together, I labeled them. So I have 1A, 1B, C, and D, and I labeled the 1, 3, 5, and 7. And then when I put them right sides together to get ready to sew them, I put pins in them, and I put 2 pins in so I'd know that I was sewing this side. Sometimes if I put 1 pin in, I get confused and sew the wrong side. So I put the 2 pins in on all these pieces, and then I used a Wonder Clip to clip it together. These are the Wonder Clips. They come in a really cute container from Lori Holt. There are other Wonder Clips as well. These are probably not official Wonder Clips, but they work just great. And they're aqua. They match my sewing room. And then the pins that I used are really fine and sharp, and they're called, they go up like this. The pins in the container are sold separately, but the pins, you can iron on them. They're called cool pins. And they're really fine and sharp and long. I kind of like long pins. I have a lot of different pins for different purposes. What I like about this container is you can put the lid on it and then you can carry it, like if you go to a retreat or go somewhere else to sew, and the pins will all stay in there. They won't go all over the place. I tend to have stuff going all over the place, so I really like that feature. When I was cutting the blocks, I used my new rotary cutter, and this is the one that has ball bearings in it. And I used my Stripology ruler. This is the medium size ruler. And this cutter will go in the slots just fine. So, well, I'm at an awkward angle, but it'll cut just fine in the slots. And you can really save a lot of time if you get one of these rulers, if you're cutting a lot of strips and pieces. Then what I used on here, I got one background. And then Kona has these charm squares that are related colors, like this one's kind of blues and greens. And this is the one I used. It's called Caribbean Sea Palette. And this is what I used for this project. Starting in January 2025, we're going to be doing a different kind of block of the month than what we've been doing before. And it's going to have one of these palettes every month. And we'll give you more information about that later. But in the meantime, we have quite a few of these. I brought a few home so you could see them. So that's kind of purples and blues. And this one has multiple colors. Kind of greens and blues, but they're more like all the way to yellow and kind of to purple. And then this one that's tropical, reds and oranges and some yellow. And this one is greens, all different kinds of greens. So I thought this would be a good use for these palettes. And we have a pretty good selection of these right now in the shop. And we do have a lot of batiks that have multiple colors. So you could pick your favorite and then pick a charm pack to go with it. So this is a very doable project. What's nice about it is this is going to be, I think, 40 by 40, something like that. This is going to be a wall hanging size or baby quilt size, but you could also make it with layer cakes, and then it'd be, let's see, I can't do the math in my head right now, but it would be a much bigger quilt with layer cakes. And if you may use mini charms, it would be like a coaster size almost. So you can use any size squares to make this pattern. So I hope you get to sew today, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.